everyone. Checking in. Some fun new things to show for you to try. Couldn't help but not share. I'm here in the middle of a huge, wonderful mess with all kinds of things going on. I finished 20 paintings and I'm starting 20 more. They're about halfway. So that is a blast. I'm super happy about that. Every day I'm wearing I've decided this is my lucky painting shirt. It's my threadbare, holy, painty, favorite shirt ever from Anthropology. I think I want to be buried in it. So have a drink of water. Surprise your liver. So here's the mess. It's glorious, wonderful fun, and I am going to show you what I did the last couple days with gel printing, with the jelly plate. In a previous video, I showed the basics of how to use one, even how to make your own. So check that out. I will link it, but I just wanted to show you some really fun things to use for making really beautiful prints, and I have big plans for them in the project that I'm in the middle of. It's like rabbits, multiplies, and it's really, really hard to stop. But I'll show you what I've done so far. So let's go for it. So first, here are the things I used. Really any acrylic paint will do. You can experiment with all different kinds of paint. Isn't this a beautiful bowl? I made it. Something like that might be coming along for a tutorial. A brayer. They come in a lot of different shapes and sizes and softness and hardness. You kind of need a medium between those two. Palette knives, because you can actually mix the paints you want on the gel plate. Isn't this fun? Really quickly, I always save paper towel rolls and toilet paper rolls and use them for a lot of different things. I reinforced this with a couple more that fit inside. You can sometimes even use these on an actual house paint roller, but I just roll it, and you'll see what some of these do. All this is from Walmart. It's foam sheets that are really, really inexpensive, and they're adhesive on one side, really sticky. So you can cut out anything you want and create your own texture or whatever kind of rollers you want. And so I'll show you some of the gel transfers I did with a bunch of those that I've made over the last several years. I printed on old book pages, mostly dictionary pages. The gel plate's real sticky. And then tissue, and this is deli paper, and you can buy it by the box in food stores and on Amazon. And I love it because it's kind of translucent, and I like to be able to kind of see through the things that I print for various reasons. And then the other day I was really excited about doing a bunch of transfers. So I went to Walmart and to the dollar store and got a bunch of different greenery things and took them apart, and those can be used. And I tried to rub off a lot of the glitter, because everything's covered with glitter right now, but there are really fun things to grab for that. And even this, look at this. This made a beautiful transfer. I think I've already torn that one up and used it, but I have a gel plate that's big enough for almost this whole thing. And so when you're creating with your gel plates, it's really nice to have really big prints and then also small prints, medium and small, a variety basically. So what I wanted to do was use a bunch of lace for a lot of textures that way. So there's your gel plate. This was some deli paper that does not work. It is feels like waxy on both sides, slick, so it does not work. I tried. I thought it would be beautiful, but the paint doesn't stick because it's too slick on both sides. So there's that gel plate. So then I went through my massive stash of lace and linens, and actually I think I'm gonna put a piece here so you can see. These are just pieces of old lace that are amazing for creating large and small, beautiful, amazing textures and prints on a gel plate. So some of them are really, really old, and but most of what I have to use for this is not, so I don't feel bad using it, because this is just polyester lace that you can find. Wait, okay, I'm getting lost. This is an old lace collar. This is beautiful old lace that will make a really, really nice print. And I won't use it all. I'll just get a flat piece or two to use. I'll just cut it off and then save the rest for other amazing things that I have plans for those for. This is just like a table doily. So I need to iron these before I use them so they make a nice flat clear print. That's why they're not used yet. Beautiful old collars. So you can go to thrift shops and just look at the clothes. Go on days when they have things really, really cheap. That would make an amazing print. This. Not that I need anymore. Wait till you see what I've done. Beautiful old, so I would only use a little bit of it, enough for the width of a plate, maybe twice. But isn't that amazing? It's probably handmade, but in a way, doing this is a really neat way to preserve this beautiful old handwork in art. So this is a big, somebody washed this. I've thrifted all of this, all of it. So you can see what a beautiful print that would make. So I just need enough to cover a gel plate size. So this is a beautiful old hand towel. The fabric is amazing, but it's threadbare. And so I will use this. And in a way, it'll be a really neat way to preserve it. And these fabrics are the fabrics that they used to use for their hand towels and dish towels and tea towels and dresser scarves and doilies is amazing. So that will be useful too. It will all be put to use. And then look at these. And the thing is nobody wants these anymore. I've done antique mall booths for years, and I had my own little antique shop. Nobody bought any of this stuff. Nobody wanted it. So it will go into art. And it doesn't really ruin it. I'll show you what it looks like to put paint on it. It actually might be a really cool thing. Isn't that amazing? Amazing. These are kind of a dime a dozen. This is gorgeous. It's a collar. So I haven't decided yet if I'll use some, but it's hand crocheted. The stuff that I won't ruin with paint is hand tatting. So anyway, I think I might starch it and iron it and have it ready to make a really nice clear print. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you have used it. And this is just polyester, most of these that I used, because they're already stiff and flat. And I didn't think I ever wanted them. I almost tossed them all. This is cotton, but what a cute eyelet. And I'll show you what a neat print that made. This was a pocket on like a little, I don't know, jewelry case or something. This one I really love. This was my favorite of all yesterday. See, they're not bad with paint. They could still be put into other things. I used this one twice or more on different prints. Are you getting excited to see what I made? I'm excited to show you. So this is a whole long dresser scarf, and I just used this much of it so far. I mean, and you could go along and color the whole thing with paint and still it could be a useful thing. So always when you're doing this, you're cleaning off the brayer on a scrap sheet or called an underpaper. And so these are them, and they can be used in art as well. They're very cool. So have those and save those. And then I'm just gonna start to show you. This is the first batch, and these are all ready to go into my project. So there's plain book pages. I use music paper. I use tissue, like just gift tissue, music, cute tissue. This was something I made that's from pattern paper out of sewing patterns. These are already ready to go. Some of them are just plain tissue, plain book pages, plain photocopies of things for contrast. But here goes my little show and tell. So these are the ones that were done on book pages. So this was multiple prints, and this was a stencil in the end after I had done some other pulls that you can kind of see the little other stencil on there. So a lot of these are multiple layers of prints. That's a single layer of that adorable piece. This piece really worked well. Any color or multiple colors. This was actually the in-between specks of that I was getting off. This is 2 strips of that really cute eyelet, and then other layers. This has multiple layers. So it's really fun while you're doing it. You're just playing and using different papers for different parts of each pull and or print. So I'm just gonna let these slide through like a slideshow. They're almost all lace and a couple stencils and multiple layers. And I just had a certain number of bottles of paint, so I helped myself stay with kind of a certain palette. Pink and gold and a really pretty almost peachy marigold color, and a tan or a beige, a couple of greens. And then these papers I crumpled up. This was a deli paper, and I crumpled some of them up to get the wrinkles and folds, so you can really tell on this one where there were some wrinkles in the paper, and that was because it was wet and there was paint and it just kind of bunched up a little bit, and I love it. So this one's kind of a mess, but kind of beautiful. These can be used in junk journals, scrapbooks, altered books, collage, assemblage. You can see the lace pattern on that a little bit. And it could be this could be a background of a whole piece of collage art that you add on to. So there's no end to the fun you can have and play. Isn't that beautiful? And if you're not finished, you can just keep going and layering. Like this one could maybe use more. Or just let it be real subtle. So they can be torn up, folded, cut, whatever you want, in all different kinds of art. And my edges get pretty grungy as I go, but I like it. I like it when it comes off with the pull. Here's a really crunchy one that's pretty fun. So there were a lot of things left on the gel plate from previous prints, pulls. Those are called ghost prints. These could be used for book covers. They become pretty, sturdy with the layers and layers of paint. And a lot of times I use a gel medium to help pull something that I want what's on it and not a bunch of other colors, because that's a clear medium, so it helps pull. I'm gonna save my favorite one for last, but aren't they fantastic and marbly? And this is a roller I made, cutting out the shapes with that foam sheet that's adhesive and putting it on a roller. This was just a toilet paper size roller. And here's another one I made. And this is, let's see, here's my almost favorite. Multiple layers. And here's my very, very favorite. And this is one that I made too, out of the foam cut. Put it onto a roller and roll it. And let's see, where's the middle? You can't really even tell. Oh. It just blends together really well. And then these are the ones that I did on book pages, and that was actually just using the edge of the gel plate when there was a little bit left that something didn't reach. So that's kind of fun for something. Everything can be repurposed, reused, recycled, upcycled, reimagined. Pretty bright. This is really bright. I may have already shown you all of these, but I had to show you again. So cool. So I ended up with quite the pile. And the day before I had done all of these. So all kinds of fun thrifting and shopping and beautiful things and free things and things that cost barely anything. So that's my show and tell for this time. So I hope you try it if you have a gel plate and paint and a roller, or make your own. Again, I showed how to do that in the last video. So have fun, enjoy, and I'll be back next time with more.